It sounds like a good time. You triggered a thought that been wanting to bring up on the show, and I got to watch. Finally, been catching up on Tales of the Territories. You talked about buying those ostrich boots, and it brought me back to the story that you told when they did Jim Crockett Promotions on Tales of the Territories about how you and Tully and Tully's wife and Lex all went in and got those Mercedes-Benz, and they dropped the keys there. Man, that was such a good episode with you and Ricky Morton and the rest of the group telling the story of Jim Crockett Promotions. That was a great show.
I'm going to throw out, thank you. I'm going to throw this out there to all of our ad-free people because, you know, they're the ones that determine a lot of things, and wrestling fans in general determine a lot of things that go on, and we're able to watch. It seemed like that episode, as well as some other ones, it felt like it was over too soon. You know what I mean? Just a 1 hour, 1 hour just flew by, and we were there 8 hours taping. So there is a huge amount of unused footage, which I'm sure from each week and each show is the same thing. A lot of stuff didn't make air. I'm a fan of that show, you know, and a fan of those guys. They really treated us nice that produce it. I would say they, you know, come out with round 2 with the footage they've already got. I think they got a whole nother season just sitting there on the cutting room floor.
Either that or if you produce like a DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, let's get some behind the scenes content, the stories that didn't make the cut or something. Because you're right, there's got to be a ton more content out there, stuff that we'd love to hear.
As a fan, all those episodes, a lot of that stuff, I had never heard that story because there was no social media back then.
Yeah.
You know, there were no cell phones back then. Guys weren't picking up the phone saying, "Hey, you gonna believe what just happened?" Da, 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 da. There wasn't that kind of communication. So a lot of those stories were very intriguing because I had never heard them myself.
I loved how they were going back through and telling some of the Jim Cornette stories too, just about how the red hot heat of him hitting Baby Doll with the racket, and then how you had the James brothers trying to drag him out of the arena, and how it came this close to ripping his head off. Guys, if you haven't seen it, what I'm trying to say is you need to go back and watch that episode. So good, so well done. And Arn, you represented yourself so well, and it was so fun to watch that. But you're right, man. I'm hoping we can get some more of those stories and more of that content out.